So this video is for the old guard, those veterans of Gamergate, who were slogging through the trenches way back when. We're going to talk about the fall of Teen Vogue, which you might think, why do you care about that? It's like, well, I'll show you. Because those of us who have been anti-SJW crusaders for a long time have watched in, not horror, but just with bizarre fascination, at what happened to Teen Vogue during the 2010s. Because it's kind of wild, to be honest. It's just kind of weird. And, I mean, honestly, we should have really expected it. But it's just very, very peculiar. So, I didn't really know what Teen Vogue was, but back in 2003, it was launched by Vogue magazine. And it looked like this. This is a cover from 2005. Teen Vogue, love story, flirty Valentine's Day looks your date will fall for. Scarlett and Topher together on the big screen. Almost famous. Fashion's next top models. Brand new you. 76 tricks to make over your style, hair, makeup and bedroom. From Mary-Kate to Beyonce, who's got the body you want? So, this is the kind of thing that I would have expected that teenage girls would have been buying. And, you know, it's the sort of thing that you'd see on the shelves in newsagents when you go in to get, cigarettes or whatever. And who cares, right? Who cares? This is just kind of the sort of thing that Condé Nast produced for young girls to make money and influence them on the latest fashions. Like, who cares at all? Well, it's kind of a weird thing because in the sort of early 2010s, Teen Vogue seems to have been basically jihaded by woke activists, what we would have called social justice warriors at the time, and they went hardcore on all of this stuff. Absolutely no holding back whatsoever. And so you get some absolutely incredible headlines like this one. Yes, fat people have sex. Here's how to do it best. Oh, great. 13-year-old girls really need to know how fat people have sex. Which I'm sure isn't... Well, I mean, I suppose it depends on how fat you are. I was going to say it's probably not terribly different to the rest of us. But, I mean, you might be really big. Then you've got how to get an abortion if you're a teen. It can be tricky. I mean, okay, good. I'm so glad you're busy perverting teenage girls. What is a demisexual? Find out what demisexuality is and what it means. You know what? I don't think 13-year-old girls need to know that. I actually don't think that's very important. Is it okay to watch porn? Spoiler, wanting to watch porn doesn't make you a bad person. And spoiler, yeah, they think it's fine for kids to watch porn. They've got no problem with it. Is there any hope for straight people? Or how to get birth control if you're a teen? And so, I mean, you're seeing the repeated pattern here of how can we debauch your teenage daughter, which I can't really say I'm in favour of. Like, it's a far cry from the kind of, like, more innocent and normal way that it was originally launched. But anyway, it then got far more to the left. I remember this coming out in 2018. I probably did a video on it about at the time. Just being like, what on earth is Teen Vogue doing? Who is Karl Marx, meet the anti-capitalist scholar? I mean, that's true. Karl Marx is an anti-capitalist scholar. But you may have come across communist memes on social media. And it's a nice long article trying to get them to be Marxists. While you might not necessarily identify as a Marxist, socialist, or communist, you can still use Karl Marx's ideas to use history and class struggles to better understand how the current socio-political climate in America came to be. So, right, okay, interesting. So, Teen Vogue is not only trying to get my daughters to be disgusting perverts and to debauch themselves completely and destroy any vestige of their innocence, but they also want them to be communists, which I guess I shouldn't be terribly surprised about, because of course they obviously praised Ash Sarkar, the literal communist who calls Piers Morgan an idiot, and various other things. And so you got this kind of thing. Teen Vogue, which distinguished itself during the 2010s as an envelope-pushing source of social justice reporting on politics, has been stripped down and folded into Vogue, much to the dismay of folks on Blue Sky. Yeah, everyone on Blue Sky is, of course, gutted Teen Vogue, which had top-notch political journalism. The media is continuing to purge any sort of political dissent to Trump and the oligarchs. Damn it, that's right. Trump was like, right, now the dictatorship's here. I want you to do something for me. And they're like, what? Hang on, it just occurs to me. Do Zoomers even know what this means? Zoomers, right, okay. That probably makes more sense to Zoom. I'm on the phone, right, Zoomers? I'm on the phone, right? Phones used to have earpieces and mouthpieces. Anyway. So, God, it's nice to have a light segment for once. So yeah, Trump's like, right, day one of the dictatorship. Now all my enemies have been dealt with. Shut down Teen Vogue. The media is continuing to purge any sort of political dissent to Trump and the oligarchs. I think it might be to do with the fact that Teen Vogue's numbers are in the they're not that bad actually. So it used to be that Teen Vogue would get the website would get somewhere between 8 million views a month, which is not that terrible. Where is it? There we go. 8.5 million unique views in 2017. That's not bad. But if you look at it now, it's getting 3.5 million. So it's lost a large percentage of its audience. And so Condé Nast is like, well, we want to centralize it. And so, I mean, this obviously they put out a very business, corporate message. Teen Vogue is joining Vogue.com, which fortifies the evolving Vogue ecosystem. You mean it was losing you loads of money and you needed to get rid of it, right? We look forward to this new chapter in our increasingly fragmented media landscape. Making all Vogue, Teen Vogue, and Vogue business accessible in one place sets us up for growth, says the new editor of the magazine. But this is very, very interesting because it's basically a woke purge, frankly, a political purge from Teen Vogue, which of all the places I thought was going to get politically purged after all the sort of stuff that they were posting and they've published. Like, for those who are like, yeah, actually, we're getting rid of the politics almost entirely, is very interesting. Maybe it is the Trumpenreich's anti-woke crackdowns that have caused this. I'm not sure it is, though. But anyway, Teen Vogue editor-in-chief Varsha Sharma is set to depart the company as the brand joins Vogue.com. So she's been fired, basically, which is rough. And a new lady called Chloe Malley will oversee. And I looked at her Twitter feed, and she's retweeting AOC and stuff like that. So it's not like she's any less woke or anything. And there's no reason we should expect that Teen Vogue would be any less woke. It's not going to start being a trad paper or anything like that. But Vogue did not provide an exact date or reason for her exit, but the development is apparently part of Vogue's push to prioritize younger readers, with the magazine reporting that younger audiences have been driving digital growth for the website, as they make up more than half of Vogue's social followers and YouTube audience. As the media industry changes quickly, we're thrilled to have Teen Vogue join the Vogue platform, allow its content to reach a larger audience and inspire young people globally, or hopefully not be communists. We're so grateful for Varsha's leadership, blah, 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 blah. Right, okay. And so they're all like, blah, blah, blah. But then you get people like Lex McMenamin, the news and politics editor at Teen Vogue, who tweeted that they were laid off and that several other staffers had also been let go. And to the best of their knowledge, there'd be no political staffers left at the publication after today. That's really interesting, isn't it? No politics staffers at Teen Vogue. So during the age of the social justice warrior, we went full social justice warrior. We lost huge numbers of our audience, and then Condé Nast were like, yeah, we're just going to fold you into Vogue, and all of the politics staffers are fired because apparently it doesn't pay to be woke in the Vogue ecosystem. Of all the places I thought being woke might actually be something sustainable, I guess this was it. But obviously the News Guild of New York condemned the merger. We condemn Condé Nast's consolidation plans to Teen Vogue, a move clearly designed to blunt the award-winning magazine's insightful journalism at a time when it's needed most. What? There's not going to be enough articles on Karl Marx on Teen Vogue anymore. And the News Guild of New York is like, damn it, this won't stand. We have to go out there and defend our comrades at Teen Vogue. I mean, this is just going to be a part of the fact that the old media is struggling. Right? They're laying people off because it's more difficult than ever to do what, like, online news and journalism and just be an old school publication. It's more difficult than ever, obviously. But management plans to lay off 6 of our members, most of whom are BIPOC women or trans, including Teen Vogue's political editor, continuing the trends disproportionately impacting marginalized employees. Right. Okay. I've got some bad news for you. These were not the best people for the job. These were, in fact, kind of like corporate daycare for these people. And that's why these people are being laid off first, is because they were just kind of ballast that were brought on because, it's progressive. It's politically correct to do that. And then when the hard reality of business sets in, they're like, right, okay, we need to start saving some money. Okay, well, who actually makes money around here? Well, it's probably not all of the Karl Marx articles. It's probably not all of the Fat Pride articles or the How to Get the Abortion If You're a Teen articles, right? It's probably more normal articles that young girls actually want to read about rather than be propagandized into being a communist. I'm just saying, I get the feeling that these people were part of a kind of moral crusade, and that crusade is not just over, but essentially waning now. It's being rolled back in many places now. So, unsurprisingly, you're the first under the bus. So anyway, like I said, this was just a quick video for old heads who remember the old social justice warrior days. And it's nice to put a bookend on it, right? Nice to see the arc and how this ends up finishing itself. Because as far as I can tell, most of the anti-SJW types, those ones that didn't burn out, are still going strong.